Spurs 1, Arsenal 0, and it's another defeat. Yes, guys, Whit, and welcome back to Arsenal Reviews, the sequel to Arsenal Previews, where we go on to review the Arsenal games. This is where we talk about the positives, the negatives, the result. I give the player ratings. That's obviously my opinion, and I talk about the implications of the match. If you're new around here, please consider subscribing on my road to 500. I'm almost there. It costs absolutely nothing. And of course, leave in the comment section down below your thoughts of the game. I would normally give a shout out now to whoever got the score right, but unfortunately no one put 1-0 Spurs. So no one gets a shout out on this occasion, but we go again next week when Arsenal play Brentford. So yes, Arsenal lose another preseason game. This is sounding like it's Groundhog Day, man. Every day on repeat. We've lost our third preseason game out of 6. And it's not looking good if we consider the season. I'm going to talk about the positives first before I get into the negatives, because there is quite a few on both sides. One positive, of course, is Ben White. Wow, what a game. His first start in Arsenal colours, he was excellent, man. He did a couple of great things. His positioning was great. His ball retention was great. His passing was good. But what I loved most about what he did is he won the ball high up the pitch. Spurs were pushing forward. He won the ball high and then passed forward. We got on a couple of 2 or 3 counter-attacks just from him winning the ball high up the pitch, which is necessary. We need to do this. We are not a good enough team, guys. We're not good enough like Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, where we can pass teams around from our back. We need to rely on counter-attacking goals. We need to rely on teams being in counter-attacking, basically in a counter-attacking mindset, and then we spring attacks on them so they aren't in a defensive positioning. Because we're not good enough to pass around. We saw it today. We created no clear-cut chances today. For all the possession we had around the box, we had no clear-cut chances. So him doing that is excellent. We'll need that going into the season. And also I will need someone like Lokonga, another great performance from him. Ball carrying ability, man. He reminds me of Thomas Partey. Obviously he's not as good as Thomas Partey, but just his ball carrying ability. He needs to bulk up a little bit because he does get pushed off the ball a little bit too quickly. But his ball retention and passing the ball out and moving with the ball, I really like those attributes from him. He passed with his left foot, his right foot. I can't complain about that. Also, the other positive, of course, is the fact that we do create we're getting the ball to the right players. With the Pepe received the ball quite a lot today, Aubameyang received the ball quite a lot today, Lacazette received the ball quite a lot today. We're getting them in the right positions. It's just we're not doing anything with the football. I can't remember, the only really chances we had was from Lacazette taking shots from outside the box, if I think about it. Aubameyang had a couple of sitters he missed, but that was just from deflections of free kicks and corners. Apart from that, we didn't create enough chances, but the ball's getting in the right areas. This is why I say, boys and girls, we need another playmaker. Emile Smith-Rowe is not enough. We need an established playmaker. I'm talking someone like James Maddison that can create chances around the box, because we get the ball around the box, we just don't do anything with it. Spurs, they barely really they didn't really control it like us. They had the first 10 minutes, I'll give them that. They completely had the first 10 minutes. But other than that, the rest of the first half, it was all us. But Spurs had the 2, maybe, let's be honest, out of the whole match, Spurs had the most clear-cut chances. The 3 most clear-cut chances Spurs had, and that's not even counting their goal. Son had one in the first half after all our attacks, where he got whipped into him, and Leno made an absolute beautiful save with his legs. Then Dele Alli had a couple. One was in the centre of the box again, and then off a flick off from a corner in the second half where he missed. So the clear-cut chances are going to Spurs. We couldn't create anything, man. How are they having the clear-cut chances and we can't create anything for all the times we're in the great positions? We're just not creating a clear-cut chance. It's really, really disappointing. So yeah, that ties into the negatives. Another negative, man, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, brothers. What is this man doing, man? He cannot find the back of the net. 6 games, 0 goals. 6 games, 0 goals. And this ain't 6 games against Barcelona, Real Madrid, AC Milan, Juventus, prime those teams. Hibernian, Rangers, Millwall, Watford, Chelsea, and now Spurs. He has not scored a single goal in all those games, and he played every single one of those games. He got good minutes in all those games. And he's had chances, man. He just can't convert. I don't know if someone put a juju on him or what, but this brother cannot score for his life. The second kind of disappointment for me actually is Bukayo Saka. He came on, I love to see him come on, but he looked really, really short today, man. Not short in terms of height short, just his passes were a bit weak, his touch was a bit let him down. He just looked like it's his first preseason game, so I'll cut him some slack. But boy, he was our best player last season. We need him to hit the ground running from the get-go next week. I want him to start on Friday, but if he plays like that, I don't want him to start. Because yeah, he just looked a bit tentative, but it's his first preseason game. Let's get him in training a bit more. Let's get him back up to scratch, and then obviously we'll see the best of him, I hope so. So yeah, that was just kind of like a review of like the positives and negatives of the match, to be fair. Let me know if you had any more or if you agree with the things that I said. I'm just going over like the main ones. There's so much to talk about in this game because although it was a friendly, a lot of stuff got exposed. I do feel worried going into the Premier League season. I can't say I don't after what I saw. I know it's just a friendly, but you don't play a friendly to lose. You play a friendly. Of course, the intensity isn't there, but you still play a friendly as you mean to go on. There's just certain patches, man. Playing out the back, of course, the goal they scored is just... It was offside, don't get me wrong, but look, there's no VAR, so you play to the whistle. Mari, horrible defending, man. Horrible. Absolutely horrible defending for that goal. I just don't know what he's doing, man, at times, brother. He's prone to those lapses in concentration, like every couple of games, and we need some experience, we need some consistency. We're literally starving for consistency in this team. And if he can't provide it, I'm worried because, let's be honest, the team out there was basically our first team. Bar Gabriel Partey and maybe Saka, that was our team that's going to start next season. So that just highlights how many signings we need to make and how many players we need to offload to make those signings. So yeah, now I'm going to go into the player ratings now. I got kind of waffled there for all the stats. So yeah, I'm going to go through the first team. Leno, I'm going to give him a 7. He actually played very well. He had a not a freak injury, but I was frightened. I thought he was injured after that beautiful save from Son, where Son was in the centre of the box, volleyed it, and he just saved with his feet, made himself big. Great save, and then he was clutching at his stomach, and I thought, oh no, I'm not relying on Arthur Okonkwo and Alex Renarson to carry our season. So I was just so happy he got up. But other than that, he looked good. His passing out the back was good. Maybe could have done better on the Son goal. It went to his near post. Of course, if it goes near post, you have to blame the keeper. They're responsible for their near post. If it goes far post, not much they can do. It was a strong shot though from Son, and I just blame the defending more than him. So I'll give him a 7. Hector Bellerin got subbed off, and to be honest, I'll give him a 5, man. It's just Hector Bellerin all over. He gets into good positions attacking wise, but his crosses are just so average, man. So average, maybe even subpar. I can't remember one of his crosses actually connecting with someone. He had a fair few times he could have whipped it in. He just didn't go nowhere. His one-on-one defending, of course, is poor. It's just Hector Bellerin all over, 5. Ben White, I'll give him an 8. Excellent game from Ben White. Winning the ball high up the pitch. Great positioning, clearing. Passes always on point. He just got subbed off around the 60th minute to allow other subs to come on. If he played the whole game, then I probably would have given him a 9, especially if we didn't concede, because we did have a clean sheet while he was on the pitch. Pablo Mari next to him, 5, just very, very poor. It was his fault for the goal. But other than that, he was alright. It's just his positioning sometimes just very, very... Because he lacks pace, he makes it so obvious that he drops off too much to allow to try and compete. But then that creates space in front of us. So I just can't wait for Gabriel to come back and replace him, man. It's nothing against Pablo Mari. It's just not a starter in my books. Tierney wasn't his best game. I'll give him a 6. He did try some stuff, got some balls in the box. He had absolutely one peach of a cross into Lacazette I think it was in the first half, and Lacazette just volleyed it over. But yeah, that was just a showcase of what he's about. But other than that, I'll just give him a 6. Lokonga a 7. Great game from him as well. Bombing up and down the pitch, some nice turns, neat turns, ball carrying, passing with his left and right foot. Nothing more I can ask for. Xhaka, I'll give him a 6 as well. Just average. It was a good command on the ball, but I just felt some of his passes could have been quicker into spaces. And he also there was a couple of times that he should have just shot, and he just pulled out of a shot. I don't know why, to be honest, because I'd rather him shoot than someone else, to be fair. But yeah, 6 for Xhaka. Pepe, I'll give him a 6 as well. He got into the positions, had a couple of nice turns. I remember one time where he absolutely sent Reguilon, and Reguilon pulled him down, but just couldn't. Just that end product, man, is always lacking with this striker. Striker forward, sorry. He's just end product Pepe, man. He needs to work on it. Emil Smith, I'll give him a 5. A quiet game from him. A couple of nice turns as always, but we do need another playmaker because it's not always going to be his day. Like, I'm not hating on Emil Smith Rowe, just today wasn't his day, and you can't expect a young player like him to have his day every single game. That's why we need someone else, because when he's not having his day, who can compete attacking wise? We haven't got any other playmakers on the pitch. Aubameyang as well, 5, stinky, did not score. Had one time where he sold Højbjerg, but come on, man, if you need to score your goals, Aubameyang, you're just not scoring anything right now, and it's really, really hurting the team. Lacazette, to be honest, I'll give him a 7. Actually, no, I'll give him a 6. Sorry, I'll give him a 6. He didn't score, but he got in good positions, good link-ups, had a couple of shots. He had one shot that clipped the post, absolute corker of a strike, just wrapped his foot around it. Lloris was beating all hands up, but yeah, just completely missed it. I'm not going to go through the subs because there were so many, and to be honest, none of them really stood out. Elneny had a bit of a stinker when he came on, but yeah, I'm just go through the starting 11. When the Premier League season starts, I'll go through the subs because I'll only be 5. But yeah, that's been Spurs 1, Arsenal 0. Let me know what you thought of the game in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you're new around here. We're going into the Premier League season, boys, and I am worried. I am worried to say the least. I've been White Football, and I'll see you guys in the next video.